It's about 7 degrees outside in the spring. Shorts and a t-shirt again, as usual. What we're doing today is I'm doing 7 degrees outside. I'm wearing my shorts and a t-shirt again. I'm in my garden kitchen or bar type of area thing, and I'm not cooking tonight, but I'm just going to be making this beer kit just from kit, so quite easy. It's a Evil Dog 7.5%, really nice drinking beer, quite strong, but we're just going to build it from kit. So what I've done is, in here I've got boiling hot water. It's not really boiling, it's temperature sensor over here saying it's 39 degrees. That's the outside more of the container, but it's hot water. And what I'm going to do is I've got another container over there with about 20-21 litres of cold water in, which will drop the temperature and get ready to add the yeast in. So this is the box here. So pretty cool looking box. Evil Dog double IPA. So it's here. Pretty cool. Double IPA. So we'll open up the box and get it open. And what comes inside the box is 2 different types of hops. Summit hops and Simcoe hops. We don't need those now, we'll put them in about a week's time. But I won't be standing outside here for the next week. I'm going to go inside once this is done. It's cold. Get a little booklet and tell you what to do. And you get the yeast. So yeast you don't want to put in if it's above 25 degrees. You don't want to kill the yeast, so we need to make sure that this drops to less than 25 degrees. Otherwise we potentially stand a chance of killing the hops. So what this is here is, this is the bag with all the malt extract. So I'm going to pour this all into there and then just shake it up, stir it up. I've got a spoon inside here already as well. So the spoon's inside there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the malt extract into the bucket with the hot water in. Give it a taste, just in case. Pour this all in here. So while that's going, I'll just give it a bit of a stir. Just keep stirring it in. At least it still starts to mix. Nice thing about doing it outside, you can spill on the floor and you don't get into trouble. So that's always a cool little bonus. Nice thing about cooking outside as well, you can mess all over the counter, and not as long as it's not too much mess, but it doesn't really matter too much. And if you spill all over the floor, it doesn't really matter either. You don't have to clean it up. Well, you should really clean it up. So just stirring it along. So just bags just running into the bucket. So what I'll try and do is just try and compact it a bit. It's very thirsty work while I do this. Just have a quick sip of beer. I suppose it goes without saying you should drink a beer while making beer. You can always drink coffee, I guess. Okay, so just keep giving it a stir. So what you really want to do is try and get as much air into here as possible. As many bubbles in here, just kind of aerated. Smells nice. Yeah, smells really cool actually. Keep stirring it. See if I can squeeze some more of the stuff out. Once I've got the water in there, I'm going to put, once I've got all the extra water in here, I'll fill up my hydrometer. This is the hydrometer here, well, the container, and this is the hydrometer here. Fill this up with water. It tells you the absolute gravity of the mixture, how much sugar and stuff is still in there. So once we add the yeast will eat the sugars, convert the sugars to alcohol, and yeah, that's basically what, yeah, so the yeast is what converts the sugars to alcohol, makes beer. Nice, awesome, cool. Okay, that's rubbish, put that over there. So I'm sitting now at the temperature of about 34 degrees, as I say, it's on the outside of the container. So I probably should really have a temperature gauge inside, but all I'm really worried about is just making sure that the temperature is less than 24 degrees or so. So what I'm going to do now is I've got a container of water here, big container. So I'll pop this over here, grab my container. This is actually my bottling bucket. I think this makes a lot of sense really. A little tap here, turn that on, release the airlock. Here we go, easiest way to fill the bucket. Bit of gravity going here. Is the temperature dropping? Not really. Move this bucket over a bit. This is the same bucket when I bottle. I fill this up. I transfer the liquid from here into this bottle and into this bucket the other way around. And I then have a little thing called a wand that goes inside the bottle and you fill that out. So I think on bottling day I'll have to do another little video. So show you how to do some bottling. It's a bit boring bottling all the beers, all the bottles, but just cool to do one or two, I think. Give everyone an idea of what goes on out here. Not necessarily out here, but goes on making the beer. So I'm just giving it all a good, very good stir. And now we're looking at 29 degrees on the outside of the container. So what I'm aiming for here is 23 litres in here. So there's a 23 litre marker there, just under the little sticker. So when it gets to 23 litres, this kit is optimal for 23 litres. So I've still got loads of water in here, so this can just keep going. It's all fresh water. I poured it in just before we came outside. Same as I prepared the hot water, I prepared the cold water. It just makes it all very much quicker. Otherwise you're messing about filling this thing up with a pint glass at a time. It takes forever to fill up, so this is so much quicker. And getting all the water in here ready as well, just much easier. And give it a good stir while we're going. Temperature now 26, not very sure, sitting on so you can see over there 25 degrees Celsius. My multimeter's got a handy temperature gauge on. Still a bit warm on the outside here. Still takes ages for this thing to go, so just tip it in, but it's a bit silly, I think. Make a mess, more of a mess than I can cope with outside, I think. So tell a story, I don't know what kind of story can I say. It's getting there. What I'm going to do is start getting this hops bag ready. Want all the hops to go to the bottom of the bag, so when you open it, don't let them go all over the floor and get wasted. Because you only get 10 grams, not hops, yeast. You only get 10 grams of yeast with the kit. But it's, I guess it's pretty hardcore. It's for 20 to 25 litres, the yeast. There we go, 23 litres. Okay, I'll turn this off. Move the bucket out of the way. Alright, let's see how we're going to do this. So, this plastic container is going to have beer inside it, and the hydrometer will float in the beer, and that's how we know the level of the, how much Right, so this is the plastic container, this is the hydrometer, and this is how I'm going to tell what the absolute gravity of the beer is. So what I'm going to do is click my fingers and hopefully beer will appear in there. So the next thing is, okay, so as you can see, here's the hydrometer floating, and we're looking at a reading of about, it's got a bit of a meniscus there, looking at a reading of about 60, so it's about 0.6 something or other. Cool, so now we add the yeast. So this is the yeast, beer yeast, Pacific Ale. as I said before, 20 to 25 litres. Just open this up here if I can open it. Right guys, thank you very much for watching my video, and yeah, so if you ever want to do a bit of home brew, it's very, very easy. Cool, all the best.